Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Underrail Expedition. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that it chose to join me today. We've been getting a lot of experience. We're just exploring the forge, and the forge is enormous. And this is the living quarters, and Evelyn is over here. The young, attractive woman, she looks young. We have had a big discussion last episode about looking young but looking old. It was complicated. Anyway, she's attractive as well. Seems to be the only person present in this quiet home. Even at first sight, it is clear that this woman shines as bright as a diamond in a bucket of coal when compared to other women you've seen in Foundry so far. But not compared to me, though. I'm the most beautiful. Her beautifully elongated face, but mine is more beautiful, and her slim yet curvy figure form a striking image which is sadly smudged by one tiny imperfection, mild swelling and blackness around her tired green eyes. She's the first one to speak, because apparently I was just hoggling her and making faces at her, what's this got a name? The bags under her eyes, that's the one, yeah. Good day, she says. May I help you somehow? Yeah, hi, my name's Gary. I apologize if I'm disturbing you or being a creep, but I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Evelyn. What do you need? Who are you? And also, what do you do around here? Excuse me? I just met you and I'm not comfortable talking about about private things with strangers. Oh, excuse me. I thought this was an RPG where you could ask questions. Seriously, that was a weird way of phrasing that question. It's because it's two questions in one. If you're going to ask me direct personal questions like that, I suggest you find someone else to interrogate. I can't put on my not personality, what's the word? Persuasion? Yeah, well, what can you tell me about Foundry? You know, I don't feel like being a tour guide right now. Foundry has a rich mine, strong defense, pollution. That's all there is to it. Do you know anything about the creatures from the mine? Not much. I've mostly heard people say those things look like they're made of rocks or something, but that's all I know. Luckily, I never had a chance to meet one in person and learn whether that description is true. And I hope I never meet one. You know, I'm sure the Foundry Guard situation will be resolved quickly and the mine will be operational again. Are you bothered by those people from the slums? I mean, you live right next to them. Oh, I thought she lived in the slums, but no. Or so, I mean, because it's all the same. They rarely even come out, and when they do, they don't bother me at all. Now, Messer, on the other hand, our local butcher, is having some difficulties with those people, as far as he tells me. I think you can figure out why a bunch of underfed bums would bother a butcher who's got a pen full of pigs in the back. And he's such a lovely man, Messer, and probably the only person I like talking to around here. He seemed pretty nice, too. Are they stealing from him or something? I'm not nice, by the way. I'm just beautiful. Ooh, okay. So I don't... is she in the dark right now? She is. She is actually in the dark. Okay, that's fine. That's fair enough. Ooh, that's the atrocious pixel painting that we find in the beginning of the game. So this... Oh, that might be the slums down there. Okay. Got Hugo. Can't you see? We're in the middle of something here. And Anna. Please, I'm in the middle of a conversation. And she coughs. Okay. Everybody's very sick. So it's looking like if there's gonna be like a good ending for the Foundry, it's gonna be the one where I disable it so people don't get sick anymore. I don't know if that probably wouldn't work very well for everybody. An obviously drunk man, oh, it's my favorite, staggers about the room. He picks up one of the bottles on the table and begins drinking from it, only to realize it is completely empty. Which means he didn't drink from it. His face deforms in utter disgust as he returns the bottle and steps away from the table. That is when he spots you. Who are you? And what are you doing in my house? You? Did you knock? Yes. Well, dang, I heard nothing. I'm sorry. Where are my manners? Would you like a drink? Sure. You don't want any? Well, I said... anyway, that's a shame and a bit odd if you ask me. She does not want a free drink. Silly. More for me, though. And he pours himself another drink after finally finding a bottle with some liquor in it. I'm Nicolas, by the way. Nice to meet you. So, what can I do for you? Why are you drinking all alone? That's, again, me trying to get him to get me a drink, I assume.
It's none of your business, you. You are a person that refuses free drinks. Demon! Why would I tell anything to you?
Well, I have a relative who sat home and drowned his problems with booze. He was found dead in a pool of his own vomit. So if there's something you want to talk about...
I don't want to vomit in my die in my vomit. Listen, I'm having some personal issues.
He takes another gulp of the booze.
It's my wife, Olivia. After 20 years of being happily married, it's like someone spilled molten metal all over our marriage. We at first we began arguing more and more, and later it got worse and worse. And now we argue over everything. It's unbearable. We fight all the time, and she throws stuff at me, and I punched that stupid woman once so hard she fell on the floor. Yeah.
That's horrible. Also, I assume I don't know why you'd argue. I assume this is in relation to his alcoholism. If indeed he has a problem with alcoholism, which I very much suspect he does. Because, well, he's almost drunk and he's drinking by himself. Those are usually signs.
It is. It's very bad. I hate that woman so much now, and I don't even really know why it all started happening. What did you say your name was again?
Scary. So I wish I could ask. I wish I could say a different name.
So there you go. I feel nothing but pure hate for that muck woman.
Oh, the muck. See? More lingo. That's cool. He seems lost in thought after a couple of moments. He starts talking again.
It's unbearable, but I even plan on killing her.
As soon as he utters those words, his eyes instantly become clear and focused, as if he has sobered up. In an instant, tiny drops of sweat start rolling down his face, slowly growing larger and larger. Let's see the options here. Why didn't you say so right away? I can take care of her for you for a price, of course. Don't stress yourself over that slip-up, man. That ain't any of my business. I imagine the slip-up here being the planning on killing her? I'm not sure. I did not hear this correctly, right? Or kill her, you drunken oaf. Are you derailed?
This conversation is over. I'm very tired. Out, he points to the door. How'd I say it?
I first read sad as salad. Can I save that woman? Also, more importantly, can I see her? Because she might actually be captive.
I don't want to die.
Oh no, that's Sniper. Excuse me, I'm looking for a woman. I'll figure you out. Sniper's coming in for me. Hi. Nope, woman is out here. Okay, reload. It's the best way to check things. Things? Absolutely. So, officer, I'm here to report a crime. On at least public unrest? No, it's not public unrest. Which one is it? Domestic violence, anyway. So there's access to things. Okay, so let's mark this, excuse me, as a passage. And let's go this way, because I think this will lead to the place then that, you know, the one that we didn't go to and probably should have gone the first time around. And this is where the butcher is, because we can hear his that sound. Ooh. Nah, nothing. An oddity that we have had before. There's Messer. Hey, Messer, what's up? I hear you're having problems with, what's I call it? The thing. Do you have pigs back there? I thought he had, like, a refrigerated place. He literally has pigs. He does have pigs. They're gonna attack me, though. I just want to see. We got company, boys. Oh my god, he's tasering me. Are you kidding? Yeah, he does have pigs. Hey, pigs. Did you do things? Oh yeah, they have things. This is gonna aggro everybody. Might as well not bother with that. I think we have killed exactly this sort of pigs. It's interesting that they're not aggro. They don't aggro, so that's pretty cool. Hey, Master. You see a stout, middle-aged man butchering a pig. You observe the motions he makes with each cut and notice how every single one is performed with great ease and accuracy, reflecting years and years of experience. Or the fact that I am not good enough with a knife to know how to tell if something is actually easy or accurate. After a few moments, the man puts his knife aside and wipes his hands clean. After that, he turns to you with a slight smile, and then begins speaking in a baritone voice of unusual warmth with just a hint of huskiness in it. I don't know what huskiness means in this context. I thought it meant dark. It meant dark. Why, hello there, he says. I also don't know what baritone means. I'm sorry. I haven't seen you around here before. I'm Kirk Messer, the local butcher, as you can probably see. Haha. What do you need? Trade? Not really. I mean, yeah, not really. A long time no see, friend. That's not quite how it goes. What can you tell me about the foundry? I'm guessing I don't need to say anything about the pollution, because you can experience that for yourself. Yeah, a piece of advice. Be careful what you eat, drink, and remember to wear your respirators so the foul air doesn't slowly kill you. It's like smoking. Your throat is the first thing to go after a while, and then depending on your luck, your health slowly leaves down the road, or down the same tunnel. Yeah, if your throat goes, that's your health already. Also, I thought it was the teeth that had problems earlier? I'm not sure. I don't smoke. Yet so many people live here despite all that. Oh, well, you lose on one front, but win on several others. The iron mine brings in a lot of money to the foundry, and people like money. Yeah. Also, the foundry guard keeps us safe from the iron heads, and we've never had any of the raider jackasses penetrate the outer perimeter. Since I moved here, I literally forgot what it's like to live in fear of raiders. And despite that, the fact that the crime rate has gone up in the last few months, we are so big that we indeed have something as called the crime rate. I still feel perfectly safe. I suppose. Instead of having one crime per month, they started having two. And even that, I would not feel safe if there were 2 crimes per month in such a close-knit community. I wouldn't feel safe if there were 1 crime in a year. What kind of crimes? I mean, I guess if it's just tax evasion, I'm like, sure. I mean, that sucks, but whatever. But if it's like violent crimes, then no, please stop. No, don't do that. So what's the quality of the meat you offer here? Well, let's put it this way. And he cuts a piece of meat on the cutting table and shows it to you. Just look at the color of this one. Smell it. I don't smell muck. This is fresh and quality meat. If you're worried about the foundry's pollution, problems after affecting... Sorry. If you're worried about the foundry's pollution problems affecting the meat quality, don't be. And he eats the raw piece of meat he just showed you, which is a great way to get tapeworm, especially from pigs. Good stuff, you see? I'm eating it raw. That's how confident I am in its quality. Also the fact that my tapeworms need friends, so I get more. Wasn't he a stout man? He probably doesn't have tapeworm then. So yeah, I think that should be proof enough. Purchase your meat here and you're golden. How do you feel about how do you feel about those mine creatures that have been troubling the foundry lately? Well, I don't like them. I think that should be obvious. Yeah. They have killed miners and foundry guardsmen and are responsible for the temporary closing of the mine. But if we put all that aside for a moment, I often wonder what they taste like. You know, if their meat is edible and tastes at least somewhat good, I could become the only one who can offer that unique meat in the whole South Underrail. Get your rocky steaks at Messer's. Yeah. Messer drifts off for a moment, obviously thinking about his hypothetical future. He becomes aware... Oh, I often think about my hypothetical future. He becomes aware of what he is doing, though, and looks at you again. Anyway, what can I do for you? You can't do anything. I sincerely hope so. I said a different thing. I said I will see you around. And that's why I said I'll sincerely hope so. Oh. This is unfortunate. Please don't do any of that. Fortunately, I saved before I talk to him. I don't think I need to talk to him, but I'll still talk to him just to get this done. Bye. So, lesson number 5,000. Don't open doors that are red because people will spot you and not like you. Oh, that's good. Let's save. Okay, save. Go. Oh, you jerk. We're not going to have time for this. We did. What the heck? I actually managed to get in here? The sniper is probably stationary. And we got ourselves solid padded pig leather boots. Some really rubbish things. Yeah, EMP grenade is actually quite good. Got some antidote. That's not a bad thing. And lockpicking 50 over here. I need to do shift 3 instead of actually going there, because there's no reason. We have side boosters, so our journey has been rewarded just with that. And some money, and health hypos. Shelves. And lockpicks. Pretty good. And of course nobody is upset that I go out the door. Nobody saw me either. But yeah, it's pretty good. Thank you for leaving that, sir. Because everybody's a cop in this town. Okay, so that's safe. And a foundry shield, is that the name? Yes, it is. Can't go there. So this place has many passages. I assume there's slums underneath. Let's mark this as passage. And let's see where this leads to. Because I think it's just going to lead to that little bit upstairs. In this little... Yeah, there it is. So, I was right. And wrong. I should have started here. I should have gone left first. I guess it doesn't matter. I still would have been suspicious of that area over there and be like, is that where it connects? And it would have been. Let's go down. Oh, there was a shop over there. I need to go back. Foundry shields. This looks pretty good. It also looks like a... Did you see how colorful those chairs were? It also looks like a station, which is interesting because the train is outside. Oh, outside of the foundry. How can I go in? And we have West. Hey, West, can I take your stuff without you seeing? Or... there's a power box. No, don't do that. You see a thin man soldering some components onto a copper-colored circuit board. He doesn't immediately notice you, which gives you a few moments to observe him. His dark hair is streaked with aluminum gray strands, his wrinkles form ravines in his face, and his hands are only steady when the soldering iron meets the board. Yet some strange and subtle signs give you a feeling that this man is somehow younger than he appears, but you are unable to pinpoint exactly why. Is it me? This area feels written differently. The sudden obsession with people's looks of age is interesting. Your thoughts are interrupted when he notices you.
Welcome to my electronics store, friend. Name's George West. You ought to say something, 'cause I can't help you if I don't know you're here.
What can you tell me about this place? He takes a few moments to produce an answer.
I don't know. Foundry's a large station with a rich mine. We're pretty well known as the station with the best defenses in South Underrail. The Foundry Guard makes sure of it.
Okay, now give me the other side of the truth, which is a sentence. He lets out his breath in a long sigh.
The air pollution. It is really bad, friend. And he coughs. See what I mean? My nose, throat, and lungs are slowly being eroded by the foulness of the air, just like nearly everyone else's. I pity those working in the mine, or those sweating in the metal works, and I'm thankful I'm not in their boots. But I get to have my own store without anyone racketeering me, which used to be the case before I moved here. So this is my life now. Whether I made the right choice or not, I suppose the future will tell me that. Any more questions, friend?
What can you tell me about this place? Oh, he says that again, okay. What do you know about the mine creatures?
Nothing. It doesn't concern me. Every problem we have had so far in Foundry was quickly handled by the Foundry Guard. I dislike this place for many reasons, and he coughs, this pollution being one of them, but I can't deny that security here is top-notch. Everyone's blabbering about these monsters and how they are sneaking into residential and killing people. As long as there isn't one in my store, I don't care. That's just my opinion, friend.
So, yeah, well, it's not actually your opinion. It's a matter of fact that you don't care, as long as they're not in the store. That is how things work. So I will sell you this because you seem to like that. I will not sell you that. I will look at see if you have a tutor, but you don't. What is it called? Mentor, right? And we have EMP mine and the EMP grenade. I know the EMP grenade. Endoscope, eyepiece. Some cool things in here for sure, but nothing that I really need. I would think. I can sell some of these. No, they're not. I'll just keep them. Well, that's West over there. Had we heard about West before? Maybe. Okay, there's a house over here that I can't go into. That one I can. There's a ladder. Interesting. Curious. We had another foundry plans, which is lovely. And another ladder. That leads to a place with nobody to check on me as I steal all their stuff. My favorite place. Okay. Oh, it was a place that had access from another side. A bandage for a lockpick. It's not necessarily great. Dan, you see a man leaning on a rusty fence. Judging by his appearance, he seems to be one of the foundry guards. But unlike the others, his watchful eyes seem more concerned with evaluating passing women than with trying to catch signs of unlawful behavior. He straightens up upon seeing you approach him, coming up just taller than average. Picks up his rifle, which was also placed against the fence, with an A rather than an E, and offers a friendly, informal greeting. And this is what I'm talking about. Hey, girl, how you doing? That's not what he said, but that's in my head canon. That's what he said. Actually, in my head canyon, in my head canon, I mean, if you don't, that's not the same as a cannon that shoots people. It's canon as in what is canonical. If you don't know what that is, in my head canon, he was actually checking me out, and then he's acting all, "Ooh, what's going on?" Because I went upright against him. No, I didn't do that. I went right up to him, and yes, so because otherwise I'm ugly. Not that I want to be checked out by this creep, but whatever. He seemed pretty laid back in comparison to the other guards. That's one way to comment on his behavior. Let's say that. He chuckles. You got me there. I might surprise you, but seeing a guard in foundry is a very, very boring job. Being a guard, he says. You gotta stand around all day, breathe this damn polluted air, and worst of all, you have to be nice to people? Yes, it sucks. I just want to shoot things. It's that simple. The other perimeter patrols at least get to fight something, but in here, absolutely nothing interesting happens. What about those creatures that attack the miners? Ah, yeah. I was so happy about the whole affair because I thought it was finally going to shoot some stuff. But you see, no. There's this large beast that's impervious to bullets and other stuff. The mayor told our chief to order everyone not to engage the creatures any longer and retreat back. We have to think about it, discuss, and blah, blah, blah. That's what he said. Oh, yeah, I've heard a few things about that beast. Can you tell me more about it? He looks around, then leans closer. You see, we're not allowed to talk about all this stuff publicly, but since I don't really care about the rules, and because I'm freaking bored as hell, here goes. You see, everybody's is heard of smaller creatures, right? The one that looked like a spiky rocks with 4 legs and ugly snout. Well, those things got a bigger, badder brother that's so heavily armored it makes our guns feel like toys. The damn thing's completely impervious to bullets. And now everyone and their mother is getting wetting their pants. And the wire-ups are... That's not how you pluralize higher-ups. The higher-ups are talking... They're taking their sweet time in discussing what to do next. Hoppers. Back in my day, my pals and me would take. Right. Yeah, my pals and me would take on anything. Man, beast, or both. We had the freaking guts. You know, don't think, just jump in the fight. But these guys in the foundry, hoppers, I tell you. Huh. You mentioned some pals of yours? Oh, yeah. Well, back in the day, I used to be a part of some bandit gang from Gorsky. Hey, life is tough. A man's got to make a living somehow. And if that includes relieving people of excess Charons, then, well, anyway... We were all very young and fearless, and you had the guts to fight anything and anyone. Unfortunately, many of us got killed because we had more guts than brains, but I miss that mentality. It was fun. Well, you seem to have done better than the others then. Oh, yeah. But if I wasn't for my best friend, I'd probably be decomposing in some ditch by now. Him and I, well, we used to be so close, like, eyeballs. It's, yeah. Bad comparison. Sorry. I mean, there's other balls that are closer together, but I don't want to be crass, Trying to keep the Anyway, point is, we were very close, and we got into so much trouble together. Thankfully, we always pulled through. Who is this man? Gorsky, that was his name. It was this big, strong bastard, tough as hell. You know, no nonsense kind of guy who'd punch you in the face and break every bone in it if you ever even looked at him the wrong way. Yeah, that's Gorsky, all right. Also, bastard bits. Damn, it's been like 13 years or so since I last saw him. I heard somewhere that he later went to South? Yeah, Southgate Station. I miss the bastard. This place is so damn boring. Gorsky? Yeah, I know the guy from SGS. He's definitely hard to miss. Well, I'll be damned. That's incredible. How's my old pal holding up? From what you told me, I'd say he hasn't changed one bit. I'm so glad that man hasn't changed. He used to be a beast. You know what? When you see him again, tell him Dan Forte said hi. Well, he'll recognize the name right away, unless his memory went to hell after all these years. But nah, even if it did, he wouldn't forget his old pal. So, can you tell me an interesting story about you and Gorsky? Why not? It's not like I'm busy. Okay, listen up. This one's from more than 10 years ago. The good old days. As already mentioned, Gorsky and I used to be a part of the same gang, right? Yeah, life was decent with those guys. We had the skills, we had the courage, and because of that, we had a bit of money in our pockets. So one day, we were on the prowl in the vicinity of Core City when we ran into a rival gang's patrol, the Black Crawlers. It used to be the biggest, baddest gang in the Core City, and even that little patrol seemed like an army in comparison to the few of us. First shots were instantly fired, and the very first one ended up blowing our point man's brain to smithereens. Poor guy. All of us got behind cover, exchanged fire with him for a while, and then soon, only Gorsky and I remained breathing from our group. Bullets were flying all over the place, grenades exploded around us, it was pure chaos, right? A dozen of those damn crawlers were still alive, and they were slowly approaching our position. They started to surround us and to make things worse, we were running low on ammo, and that's where Gorsky got mad. Oh, you should have seen that angry face. He took his last grenade, threw it in their general direction, and then charged them. They couldn't believe what they were witnessing. He had this maniacal grin that would scare a lurker into becoming a fungivore, and started mowing down our enemies. Of course, I just couldn't let him have all the damn fun. I stormed them too, and together we started annihilating everything that moved. I screamed from the top of my lungs while emptying my magazine into those poor folks. Just bra-da-da-da-da. Anyway, soon enough, Gorsky was out of ammo. That didn't stop him, though, from killing people. He punched them, stabbed them, and he yelled at them until he found one measly guy behind cover whose teeth he smashed with the butt of his now empty gun, and then slit his throat with a knife. That guy ended up being the only son of the Crawlers' leader, and his death would later cause a lot of trouble. But that's a whole different story. All in all, soon after I fired my last shot, I heard the last Crawler release his dying groan. After a moment, once we realized that it was indeed all over, Gorsky approached me, still breathing heavily, all covered in blood, right? And then he said, I remembered clearly, he said, "We need to bring more bloody bullets next time." And you barely make out, the narrator says, you barely make out the last part of the sentence due to him bursting out in laughter. Oh, right, okay. Ah, man, it was all so scary. To this day, I have no idea how we survived against such slim odds. Well, just the two of us, at least. Not a bad story. You had to be there, girl. You had to be there to fully experience the carnage. Those were the days. Again, tell Gorsky I said hi the next time you see him. Yeah, you should have seen the carnage I have unleashed. Can you tell me something about the foundry? Look, friend, you better ask someone else for your tour guide. My job is far too boring to further bore myself by answering boring questions. As you can see, I'm bored. Yeah, gotta move. I gotta move indeed. And we don't have access to anywhere else, as it turns out. I wonder if I have access to back there, though. Let's try it. So the question here is if I will be able to open that door, or to be next to that door without anybody seeing me. And I will indeed. Which means we can go into this house. I didn't even check if it was locked. Did I check if it was locked? No, I did not. Otherwise, yeah. I mean, I figured. It's another lock over here. So we got a bandage for our trouble. Get that. That's not locked. Or maybe not locked. We have some batteries, more bandage, and a morphine shot. That's pretty good. Morphine is going to be Quite handy. We got another one of these. Footlocker this time with an 80. That's the highest lock difficulty. We got a steel combat knife, which sucks. Soft foam padding, which doesn't suck as much. Yeah, that was pretty pointless. I can't open that. Yeah, that was pretty pointless, but it was the end of the episode, so we're going to be able to dwell in the pointlessness of all that. In between episodes, we're going to do that. I'm going to do that. So if you want to join me after I'm done doing that in the next episode, I'll be here. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Underrail Expedition. Really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you want the next episode to come out sooner rather than later, don't forget to leave a like down below and leave a comment as well while you're at it. Very much appreciated. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.